Legend number 3, Edward Carter. Today we're diving into an incredible and often overlooked tale from World War II, the story of Edward Carter. Brace yourselves for a roller coaster of bravery, resilience, and untold heroism. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content from the Unsung Legends Lounge. Meet Edward Carter, a man whose journey to becoming a war hero is nothing short of extraordinary. His life would become a testament to courage during one of the darkest chapters in history. Let's set the scene. Born in Los Angeles 1916 to missionary parents, Carter and his family emigrated to Calcutta, India, before moving to Shanghai, China when he was 11. This journey led to Carter becoming fluent in English, Hindi, Mandarin, and German, which ultimately saves his life later on in World War II. Stay tuned to find out how. Carter was a natural-born warrior with a level of bravery to which not many can compare. In 1932, when he was aged just 15, he experienced the horrors of war for the first time. Japan launched an attack on Shanghai, leading to Carter and his family taking refuge in his father's church. During the continuous bombardment, Carter was moved to action. He valiantly ran towards gunfire to join the Chinese army and defend the city. During fierce urban warfare, Carter and his comrades successfully held off the Japanese. This primal determination and unwavering courage was a sign of things to come later on in life. After the battle, Carter was promoted to lieutenant. However, when it was discovered Carter was age 15, he was discharged from the army. This did not deter Carter. In fact, it only fed the flame within to serve in the military. In 1937, aged 20, Carter, along with 2,800 other anti-fascist Americans, joined the Spanish Civil War, fighting alongside Spanish government forces. As the Civil War progressed, his commanders took note of Carter's exceptional military ability, and he was given increasingly more responsibilities. By 1939, the government forces were no match for Franco's German and Italian-backed military, so Carter and his comrades escaped to Paris. Carter, now battle-hardened and inspired by a continued sense of duty, enlisted with the United States Army in 1941. By now, Carter was a superb soldier with vast warfare experience. Despite facing persistent segregation and racial discrimination within the military, his determination to serve and fight for his country remained unyielding. However, his expert marksmanship went deliberately unnoticed, and he was subsequently assigned as a cook. Eventually, he was assigned to the 3535th Quartermaster Truck Company on non-combat supply duties. Yet through hard work and determination, Carter was promoted to Staff Sergeant. In 1944, Carter and the 3535th Company were relocated to southern France as part of the European Theatre of Operations. Carter continued with his non-combat role like most African-American servicemen. However, he continually pushed to join a combat unit. After months of negotiations and with the added pressure of reduced combat replacements, General Eisenhower eventually agreed for African-American servicemen to join combat units. Carter was assigned to the 12th Armored Division, known as the Mystery Division, due to all insignia on their uniforms being removed or covered, in order to keep the Nazis unsure on who they were facing. However, he had to relinquish his sergeant stripes and was relisted as private, as his superiors would not allow black men to command white troops. Carter eagerly accepted, as combat was the reason why he had endured such unrelenting racism, and ultimately enlisted in 1941. A further 2,500 African-American servicemen joined combat in late 1944. However, only 10 combat units throughout the whole US military in World War II integrated black soldiers into their ranks, highlighting the greater fight against racism that soldiers such as Carter endured as US citizens. Now comes Carter's moment in the spotlight. In 1945, Carter found himself on the front lines. His unit faced a fierce German counter-offensive, and Carter's valor shone through, as he courageously held his ground against overwhelming odds. It was here that the legend was born. On March 23, 1945, Carter's company made its way towards Speyer, Germany, to secure a bridge needed to cross the Rhine River. When the tank Carter was operating came under bazooka fire, the men quickly took cover behind a road bank. Carter then volunteered to lead a 3-man patrol to a warehouse from where soldiers had seen the bazooka fire originate. Their goal was to cross an open field to determine the size and strength of the enemy. Naturally, the field exposed the patrol to enemy fire, so when the 4 men left their covered position, they were quickly bombarded. One of the soldiers was killed instantly. Carter then ordered the other 2 men to retreat so they could provide cover as he proceeded forward alone. Unfortunately, more enemy fire killed the 2nd man and seriously wounded the 3rd before they could get back to safety. Carter continued forward alone and was shot 3 times in the left arm. He kept moving and was shot again in the left leg, which knocked him off his feet. Now on the ground, as he drank from his canteen to wash down wound tablets, he was hit yet again with a bullet going through his hand. Despite his injuries, Carter pushed on, crawling within 30 yards of the warehouse. When enemy fire became too heavy, he took cover behind a riverbank for 2 hours until 8 German riflemen approached to take him prisoner. Carter had other ideas. He killed 6 of the soldiers and captured the remaining 2. Thanks to his fluency in German, Carter was able to interrogate the prisoners, who gave valuable information that helped clear the route to Speyer for the Allies. Carter refused to get any medical attention until he'd briefed leaders on what he'd learned. When Carter's wounds healed a month later, he ran from the hospital in Luxembourg and hitched his way back to the front line. His staff sergeant rank was restored, he was made an infantry squad leader, and he spent the rest of the war training troops. As the war neared its end, Carter's fight continued beyond the battlefield. Despite his heroism, he faced racism upon returning to the United States, struggling for recognition of his accomplishments. Carter was awarded the Distinguished Service Cross. However, his race prevented him from being rightly awarded the Medal of Honor. Furthermore, in 1949, he was wrongfully discharged from the military he served so honorably for fears he was a communist sympathizer due to his involvement in the Spanish Civil War. In 1962, doctors discovered Carter had lung cancer due to shrapnel stuck in his neck from the war. He eventually passed away in 1963 and was laid to rest in the Veterans Cemetery in Los Angeles. Decades later, in 1997, Carter, along with 6 other African-American soldiers, were posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor. The 7 recipients are the first and only black soldiers to be awarded the Medal of Honor from World War II. The day after the ceremony, Carter's body was laid to rest in Arlington National Cemetery. Carter's story is one of triumph over adversity, highlighting the indomitable spirit of a man who faced discrimination and hardship with unwavering courage. A true legend of the highest caliber. Let's honor Carter's memory by sharing his incredible story and comment below with other historical events you'd like us to cover. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching the Unsung Legends Lounge. See you next time.